Hello, good evening, everybody. And today's session is very, very special. I just thought we've been giving one speaker a chance every week, every day. So why not bring back the speakers from where we first began? And why is that important? Because when we first began, they were not even recorded. They didn't get the platform that today's speakers got. But how about giving them their space, their slot? And then I'm going to cut down the recording into 3 parts so that each speaker gets its space. And I look at it as the 63rd, 64th, and 65th talk, not because I want to add the number, but because that's how it is. There are 3 very disjointed talks, but they are very jointed. Let me tell you how they're connected. Jointed is wrong English. Not that it matters, you understood. How they connected. So our work is around mind, body, and soul. And so I thought, who represents the best the mind? And I said, oh my God, Sumita does that the best. With the brain gym, it's about the mind and the brain and balancing the left and the right side, though very physical, yet very on a mental level, you're also balancing your energies. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself, guys. Shushila ji, mute yourself. Okay. And then I said, body, let's keep the facts and the fears around food with Sunila, who is Sumita's sister, new person in the bouquet of flowers of Meta Health. And who could represent the soul better than Aarti? She's talking not of the soul of a human being. She's talking the soul of an animal. And her caption was, animals can speak. So who is she speaking to? Is she speaking to herself or she's speaking to the soul of the animal? And so I said, though it's disconnected, very beautifully it is connected. Today's talk, we're going to start with a child rather than Sumita or anybody. I just thought, and I've been wanting children to come on this forum. And so my request to Sumita that tomorrow her daughter will speak. Karuna, can your daughter speak? Shamla, can your daughter speak? You know why? Because we need to give a chance to children here. I've heard you guys. You guys are brilliant. But your brilliancy is going to be seeping through. Why are we not asking the children? Why are we not asking them, how are you? Why are we not including them as a part of this forum? How can health be complete without children not being represented on this forum? I also want to dedicate a few talks. So this is what's going to happen till the 30th. We're going to have talks. And I feel I need to loosen up just like our Bandh is going to loosen up is how I feel. So very organically, 30th, we will complete with Jing Bang celebration Masti. And then we'll start with the new talks, which will happen on every Tuesday and every Friday. I first thought every Tuesday and every Thursday, but the gap is only 1 day in between. Let's keep 2 days so that I also get that breathing space. And like Saurabh said, don't stop, so I'm not stopping it. And we'll see how it needs to close down. Already I have speakers for the first 1 week of June, already. And very nice speakers. So I'm going to try getting you the best that I can, and I know it will happen. So brilliant. We have a lot of people right now. Over to Nutan's son, and he's always been wanting to say hi. Hi, Shamla. So unmute yourself, please, Nutan. Let him talk. Introduce him, please. You introduce him today.
Okay, say hello to everyone. Hello, mamas. So he's saying hello, mamas.
Hi, bacha.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to give him a full screen.
My name is Vatsal.
Okay.
He is my sunny son. His name is Vatsal, and he's going to talk to all of you. Okay?
How old are you?
Music. He loves dance. He loves acting. He's complete drama person. So here he is, and you can have simple conversation with him. And Vatsal.
Okay, Vatsal, can we have a conversation with you? So just think you're sitting in the movie studio and we're going to be talking today. Is that good?
Movie. So yes. So यांच्याकडे बघून बोल.
अच्छा, इकडे बघ, माझ्याकडे बघ. आईकडे बघू नकोस. Don't look at your mom, look at me. Very good. चांगला मुलगा एकदम. अच्छा, आता सांग, तू घरात बसलाय, तुला कसं वाटतं? You are sitting at home, how are you feeling?
I am so happy and मी happyच राहणार आहे. तू मराठीत बोल, त्यांना कळतं सगळ्यांना.
हा, मराठीत बोल, मी ट्रान्सलेट करणार. मराठीत बोल.
मी happyच राहणार वाली आणि मला happyच राहायचं.
Very good. He's saying I am happy and I want to stay happy.
Stay happy, yes.
Okay. So Vatsal, no school, how are you feeling? शाळा नाहीये, कसं वाटतं तुला?
I am happy. He think he's happy, but he was missing his school. So today he requested me to arrange a Zoom call for him. And even after that, Anu said that, he is invited to, have a conversation over this forum. So
Okay.
he was double excited.
Absolutely. So Vatsal, tell me, does at home चांगलं आहे घरात की बाहेर असतं चांगलं? Is it nice at home or is it nice in the school?
घरात की बाहेर? In home.
In home. कशाला? Why?
काय छान वाटतं तुला घरी?
घरात एवढं चांगलं कशाला? Why is it so good at home?
मी माझे टॉयज खेळतो म्हणून.
Oh, he gets to play with his toys, guys. आई बाबा ओरडतात का? Do they shout at you?
नाही.
कधी राग येतो आईला?
Yes.
कसं रागवते तुला? When she gets scared, when she gets shouting at you, how does she do it?
करून दाखव ऍक्टिंग.
करून दाखव ना, please.
ऍक्टिंग मम्मा कसं बोलते करून दाखव.
आणि बाबा काय करतात?
बाबा.
हा, what does papa do?
ते खेळतात, मज्जा करतात.
अच्छा, बाबा ओरडत नाही आईला की तुला ओरडलं? Papa doesn't shout at mama that mommy shouted at you?
कधीतरी मला ओरडतात.
कसं ओरडतात पप्पा? सांग मला, बाबा कसं ओरडतात? Oh my God. Oh my God.
मला शांत कर ना, कशाला रडते?
Very good. वत्सल, आई खूप सारा काहीतरी करते तुला, पारी करते, असं पकडते, कसं करते ती? कसं सांगते तुला मम्मी she loves you? Oh my God. आणि तू कसं म्हणतो आईला?
तू
कसं सांगतो? Oh my God. आता तुला काहीतरी मेसेज द्यायचंय सगळ्यांना, सगळी मम्मीला काहीतरी मेसेज द्यायचंय का? Do you want to give any message to all the mummies over here and papas over here?
Yes.
मोठे आहेत ना, सांग ना, काय मेसेज देणार आहे तू?
Where is your babies? I want to see you.
What?
I want to see. Where are your babies? I want to see them.
Okay, that's a message. You want to see our babies. Okay, very good. अच्छा, वत्सल, कोरोना व्हायरस काय असतं?
कोरोना व्हायरस असं असतं, त्याच्यामध्ये एक जर्म्स असतात. ते आपल्याला आपल्या अंगामध्ये आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये जातात आणि ते आपल्याला मारतात. मग आपल्याला ऑपरेशन करायला लागतं. मग ते कोरोना व्हायरस बाहेर येण्याचं ते टोचू द्यायला लागतो. मग आपण जीवन जगू शकतो.
Please translate. Nuthan, please translate.
रक्त देऊ शकतो.
Very good. Very good. Everybody, can you please clap for Vatsal? Please translate, Nuthan. What is coronavirus?
He said coronavirus is like a ball. And, so when the corona enters in our body, and then we get sick, and then we die, and we have to operate. After that, they pull out the corona with the injection. Then we become alive again, and when we become alive, we can donate blood to other people so that they can survive.
Got it, guys? This is his definition of coronavirus. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Vatsal. I will call you back again. To Yenarka, will you come back again?
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good boy. We are so proud of you today. Anybody wants to say something to him?
Vatsal, you're very cute and bubbly and chubby boy. Stay happy. God bless you always.
Say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else wants to say something to him to encourage the young guy?
Yeah,
Yes, you are an
Vatsal.
inspiration to all the young boys and girls. So you keep it up.
Very good. Very good, guys. Now you can mute yourself. Put the messages in the chat for him. His mom will read it out for him. The feedbacks. And over to the first speaker, that is Sumita Mendiratta. So I will go back to when I met her, how I met her, jab we met. So Sumita is somebody who I have known right from the beginning days of my work. My work started and she was one of the first students who walked into my life. So my relationship with her goes back to about 10, 11 years back. She's been consistent in her studies. She has a little angel right now, Sumaira, who will be talking to us tomorrow. And every day I really want your kids to come further and talk to us. And you can choose who I can, you can tell me, Anu, I want my child to be there. And more the merrier. Okay. Now, Sumita is someone who's always been ready to study, upgrade herself, and she's made herself, educated herself in Brain Gym. And she's amazing with it. So over to Sumita. Thank you, Sumita, for being there in my life. Thank you, Sumaira, for being there in my life. And thank you, everybody's support is really, really important right now. Thank you. Over to Sumita.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much for giving me this platform again. I'm absolutely in gratitude.
Sorry. That was something. Okay, go back, please. There was a big, can everybody please mute themselves? There are big drums inside this. Okay, start again, please.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much for giving me this platform again. And I'm in total gratitude. And, thank you so much for inviting me again. So, as I start with Brain Gym, for some of you, it will be a talk which most of you would have attended and some of you would be new. So just to connect all of you with Brain Gym is a word which if we bifurcate, it's brain and then it's gym. So something connected to movement, something connected to how our brain moves and learns. So what is the important, most, primary function of brain is to learn.
Your mic is buzzing. Your mic is buzzing, yes. Let's get the sound proper. Yes.
Am I audible now?
You were always audible. If there's a buzz behind when you're talking, it's like there's a buzz behind. So just see if you can get that organized. Yeah.
Is it better now?
Is it better, guys, or is it still buzz all of you can hear, or is it only I'm hearing it?
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Sumita.
Okay. So as we move on to understand, this is an informative and an experiential learning session. So less of information and more of experience. Okay. So very important is to understand that we all function in our own unique way. So we all have our unique pace of, mind body system where how we learn. So very important is to understand that this innate potential, which we all have since the time we are born, as children, as we grow up to adults, this innate potential needs to be tapped. So it's waiting to be tapped. And the moment we tap this, we understand this, we notice this, this helps us to get better with our learning, our achievements, our performance as per se. So very important for us is a small scan we are going to do with our bodies. So I'm going to share my screen now. So is everybody able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Anu. So as we see here, Brain Gym is about bringing it together. So it's a connection which we are getting from both sides of our brain, and we call it movement breaks. So why movement breaks is because this is about movement. This is about how we move. Little bit about history of Brain Gym, not very much, but a little information. So how this Brain Gym, the word came in, was from Paul and Gail Dennison. So this couple were special educators, and they, through trial and experience, found that as the children were learning, when they were in their growing up stages, so when they were learning, they were finding a lag between their learning, their cognition, and how their physical abilities of learning, as per say reading, writing, spelling, maths, when we learn as kids. So they were finding that there was something which was lagging. So what they tried to do is they tried to fill in this gap with movement. And as they started with connecting the movement, the cognition, and the applied learning, so this became a perfect combination. And they experienced that children were able to learn better when they were performing these exercises. So they called this foundation movement program as Brain Gym. So that is how Brain Gym came into, with research experience, it came into existence. So this is about 30 years of proven research, which helps us to understand that how cognitive skills, focus, attention, memory, listening, reading, all these areas are being improved. So what happens is Brain Gym recalls the movements naturally done during the first years of life. So do you all remember, as when we have kids, or if we see a small child in the first year of life, how the child just moves, in all directions to understand his or her space. So they move by their own. So they are forming an internal map. This internal map in relation with their movement is actually guiding them. It's like a self teaching them to understand that how am I going to move ahead, how I'm going to understand things in my space, how I'm going to just go ahead and pick up the cues from the different people around me. So Brain Gym is actually recalling those movements. So these 26 exercises are formed on these bases. Okay. So we are going to do a small scan, and I would all request you to just sit comfortably wherever you are, and just take a corner or wherever you are comfortable, and either you can close your eyes, or if you want to look at a distance or look at one point, so that you can just focus on yourself. This is like a small scan we can do for our body to check. So what we are going to do is allow our awareness to move slowly from head to toe and notice whatever presents itself. So we are going to be very observant and noticing about our own self. So slowly close your eyes or look gently into a distance as you scan your body. Notice your breathing. Is it deep or is it shallow? Are you able to breathe very comfortably, or it's taking a lot of effort for you to breathe? Any aches, pains, or tight muscles If you feel, just notice and keep it in your mind. Now, when you are sitting, are you evenly balanced, comfortable, or you find a little difficulty, or you're not comfortable the way you're sitting, or you don't find that balance within yourself? Is your mind foggy, agitated, or clear? A lot of thoughts in our mind, or are we very clear about how we are going to do? Also, very important is our emotional state. What emotions are present right now? What we are experiencing right now? Once we are done with the scan, we can slowly open our eyes. Take your own time. Just remember all the points what we had in the scan. What we are going to go ahead with it now is something known as PACE. So this is a small warm-up exercise. We call it 4-step brain gym warm-up, which prepares us for learning and achievement. So we call it PACE, which means positive, active, clear, and energetic. And we do it in the reverse sequence. Okay. So we start from energy. So the first step is we are going to do, as you can see in the picture, the first step energy is a sip of water. So all of you can just get a sip of water, and I'll also get a sip of water. So just have one sip of water and just feel that water. When you are having that sip of water, just feel that water going inside your body midline, traveling. Just be aware about it. Okay. The second step is, am I visible to everyone? Can you just help me?
Yes, you are visible.
Okay, thank you. So one hand is going on the navel. Okay, one hand on the navel. With the other hand, 2 fingers, we make a U. A thumb and 2 fingers. Any hand will do. You can just keep one hand here and one hand with the U. And this U shape, so this is our collarbone. We all are aware about the collarbone. Okay. So as we put the U, the thumb and the 2 fingers on the collarbone, we slide them down about an inch or 2, and here comes the points, which are the K27 points. So this is the center of the chest, and across the center of the chest are the K27 points. So I'm going to gently rub them and slowly stimulate these points while keeping one hand on the navel. Also be aware of your breathing. And now when we are comfortable rubbing these points for 3 to 4 or 5 seconds, and we start moving our eyes in the horizontal direction. So we move left to right, whatever space is in front of you, just move your eyes from right to left and left to right. So slowly move our eyes from right to left and left to right. And alongside we are rubbing these points. And when we feel complete that this is what is required for my body, I change the hand. So there is no fixed time as such we allow our body to make that decision. We allow our body to choose the time. So probably for 20 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds, and we just switch over. So this hand now goes on the navel, and this hand, again the U shape, the thumb and the 2 fingers, from the collarbone we slide down, and we get exactly these 2 points across the sternum, the K27 points. And I'm again moving my eyes right to left or left to right. Once we are done with this, we did E, which is energetic. We did C, which is clear. So we did brain buttons and water. So now we come to the A part. So as you see, we are going backwards. So A is about active. And how am I going to become active is by connecting my right hand to my left leg. So just touching, you can either do it sitting or standing. I'm doing it standing to show all of you. So I'm just touching my right hand to my left leg and down. So left hand, right leg and down. So we are doing this movement very slowly. Touch and down, touch and down. So we are doing this movement very slowly. Also alongside, again there is a space in front of me, a wall or whatever space, and I am moving my eyes in all the 4 directions. So, corner right, corner left, down right, down left. So as alongside, I touch the right and the left knee with my right hand and left hand. I'm also moving my eyes. Slowly, there is a number. If you want to give, you can do it for 10 or 15 or 20. Again, giving a choice to our body, how much our body needs and wants. Okay. Now we have connected the right and the left parts of our brain by doing this exercise. The last and the very important exercise is P, positive. Now, how are we going to become positive? So what am I going to do is cross my feet like this, any feet, right over left or left over right, whatever way is comfortable to you. So you can again do it sitting also. If you want to see my feet, I'll just put it down so you can see my feet crossed. Okay, right over left or left over right, whatever way is comfortable to you. And at the same time, after crossing the feet, I stretch my hands, then flip them and make fist and gets the hand close to the chest. Now this is my position which I am in, and in this position I'm going to do breathing. Now, when I'm breathing, I'm touching my tongue up the palate. So I'm breathing in from my mouth and breathing out from my mouth. Both is from the mouth. So as if we feel something spicy we have eaten, and that is how we do it. If I want, you can close your eyes. If you want to do it with open eyes, whatever way you are comfortable. Anybody who is struggling to keep the hands in this position can also just keep the hands under the arms. This position also has the same effect as we did with this position. Okay. So this is the first part of this exercise called as hookups. The name of this exercise is hookups. Now when I'm in this position, I am breathing with my eyes closed or eyes open. This is the first part. I have taken 5 to 6 deep breaths, and then slowly I open my hands, I open my legs, and the second part of the exercise starts with connecting my fingers of the right and the left hand in front of my navel. I keep them in front of my navel in the midline, and now again I start the same breathing. Breathe in from the mouth, breathe out from the mouth. Breathe in from the mouth, touch the tongue up the palate. Again, a round of 4 to 5 deep breathing. If I want, I can go more ahead. Whatever my body tells me to do, whatever way I'm comfortable, I do this. Okay. So what we did now was space. It is about finding our own unique timing and flow of learning. So what pace is actually doing is to understand and integrate and make us ready, make our brains ready to achieve that optimum state of learning, which we are all made for. Okay. Also, pace offers a lot of support in the vestibular balance because according to Brain Gym, we all need a lot of balancing in different areas. So we go further, we'll be noticing how our body moves in 3 directions, and it is called a 3-dimensional balance. Now we are going to repeat the scan again. And let's notice how we are doing now. So I'm just going to repeat what all we had done. So let's notice our breathing. Let's all close our eyes first and just undergo that scan again what we did. So we start from the breathing. How's our breathing now? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Any shift you notice, so just keep that in mind. Any aches, pains or tight muscles we had before and now they are better. Any balance or level of comfort while we are sitting. How's our mind doing? Very important. How are the thoughts which we had before? And our emotional state, which is directly connected to our mind. So now we can all compare what was happening before and what is happening now. So very important for us is to understand this small notice. So you can all put in the chat, was there any shift before or after? And later on, Anu can just read it to me. So this is very important for us to understand that when we start noticing, it is a very important skill which we all develop. Let's understand what is noticing actually doing, you know. So what noticing is doing is when we start noticing is being aware, you know. I become aware of how I'm doing, what I'm doing. Am I being, in other words, being present, being aware? So we all know this is the back of our brain. As meta health people know, this is the brain stem, which is known for survival. You know, it is the survival center of our brain. And this is our forebrain, from where our logical reasoning, thinking, prefrontal lobes we have, and from where all the cognitive skills, what we are doing in reading, writing, maths, academics, whatever we are learning. So we are using this part of our brain. So now you can see this and this part. It's basically like, you know, if you want to connect the front and the back, it's a bridge which we are forming when we are noticing. So the moment I become aware about something, I start noticing, those neural pathways in the brain start connecting, start building up. And as they start building up, what happens is, if when I'm building up those things and if I perceive it as a threat or something, I feel that this is stressful. Oh my God, I'm not able to learn. You know, this is really hard. Oh my God, I'm not understanding at all. Oh my God, if I'm going in that state of anxiety, this is a 2x2 model, what is you all are seeing right now. So we have a connection between stress and learning. Okay, we call it in Brain Gym terminology integrated and unintegrated states of learning. And there is a low gear and a high gear in both the states. Now what's happening is, integrated, when we start learning about something, you know, when there's a new topic, like for all of you, Brain Gym is a new topic, or for all of us, Corona is a new topic actually in today's scenario. So what happens is, we start understanding it. Oh, this is the thing. Okay, so I'm able to stop and think. So what my state of learning is, I am getting it. Okay, you know, I think by now we are all in the getting it stage. We all got the hang of Corona. We are not so scared. We know we're going to live with it, you know. So we have got that state of mind, I would say, that we are in that low gear integrated. And Anu has really got us, I would say, to the integrated high gear, because she has made all these days so much, busy, and so much, I would say, uh, potent for learning, I would say. So we are able to move and think at the same time. Like we are all moving the whole day. We are doing all our tasks. And then at the end of the day, we sit with her and, think about so many things. So we all have into the integrated high gear, which is the quartet stage. So we are all in like achievers. We are, happy to get into that. Wow, I'm learning something. Wow, I'm able to understand so many things. Now, what happens when we go into the unintegrated states? As you can see the down below two boxes. So when I'm in the unintegrated low gear, it's like I'm not getting it. So initially when we start learning anything, we can be in the unintegrated low gear where I'm not even ready to, unable to move and think. Very important is we are unable to move and think in this state. We are unable to stop and think, I would say. So there is no stopping. We are going on and on. Oh my God, I'm not able to do this. I'm not able to do this. So how much anxiety was built up when just Corona entered India, and we were all very anxious. The first day of lockdown, the second day, and we were assuming, no, it's going to go. No, it's going to go. And it was not. It was just going on and on. So many of us, most of us, went into this unintegrated low gear. I'm not getting it. When is it going to stop? And some of us really got into that, lost it. So unable to move and think at the same time. So it's like we all went into panic state. We just, we went into crying phases. We went into depression. As we all know, we all have gone through it. So this is the unintegrated high gear. So it's like lost it. I can't do anything. So for a child or for an adult, when somebody says, I can't do this, is impossible, these words come out. So we understand that this is the state of learning that person has gone through. So we all go through these stages, but just to make it more, able to understand that we all notice these stages. Very important for all of us. This is a picture which I really love to show all of you. And this is a picture which I've got it scanned from my Brain Gym 101 book, which I have learned. And this is such a wonderful picture explaining in itself, how stress and learning are connected so much. So as you can see, figure 1 and figure 2. So I just want maybe one or two of you, if you can just unmute and let me know what is the basic difference you are finding apart from what is written, the brain under stress and the brain in action. So we know these are the two prominent differences which are written. Anu, can you help me? Yes.
Yeah, you need help in?
So somebody can just, if you can just ask somebody to,
yeah,
or
sure,
you
sure,
can
sure.
tell.
I'll go with the people. So guys, who would like to just please put your hand up if you would like to say what you've understood in these pictures. Anybody would like to have a go? Okay, let's Shushila, go ahead.
Yeah, I found there's a difference in the color, that's a little lighter and that's darker probably.
Yes.
Wonderful. Dr.
Okay.
Manorama, go ahead. Good job, guys. Put your hands up and talk. Yeah. Dr. Manorama, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Anu. There is the difference on the left side that fight and flight response is seen.
Yes.
Which is putting the person into freeze. Then
okay.
Then he feels stuck. Then there is rigidity where he feels that he can't move.
Yes.
Then heart is closed. I don't know the meaning of this.
So we are, so just see the structure of the brain. Without reading the words, I understood that you all can see the color difference. So there are green arrows when we are talking about dynamic brain in action, and there are red arrows when the brain is under stress.
Okay.
So what is the structural difference?
The structural difference is that the brains are far apart from each other. It's disconnected. And when you're doing brain gym, they are all connected together.
Yes. Thank you so much, Anu, for putting it so beautifully.
Seems like a
the circulation in the right figure, figure 2.
Yeah.
Better blood circulation in the brain.
So it is not the blood circulation. It is basically the movement of different parts of how the different parts of brain are moving.
Oh my God. अच्छा एक काम करो, आप लोग यहाँ मत लड़ो, म्यूट करो अपने आप को. शुक्रिया. और अगर कोई
Okay.
हेल्प चाहिए तो इसके सेशन के बाद कॉल करना. ओके, चलिए.
Okay, thank you. So we all can just mute ourselves.
Please.
So basically this was to understand that how our brain structurally gets apart, when we are under stress. So if we can understand that the right and the left brain functioning is not connected, the right and the left brain hemispheres get disconnected. So what Brain Gym is actually doing is connecting the right and the left hemispheres of our brain. It is integrating our brain. It is making us understand the whole brain. So also it helps us to enhance our self-confidence. So it's like preparing our brain to learn, so these are all activities which are these 26 activities, though we are not going to do all the 26 today. We're just talking about pace in broadly. But these activities have been chosen from the first years of a child's life, So first years of child's life, when the child is learning to connect the right and the left areas of the body with movement of eyes, ears, hands. So this same coordination is being connected with the Brain Gym 26 movements. Okay, so this is the chart which we all can see is about the Brain Gym 26 movements. We see that the chart is divided into 3 zones actually. So there is a yellow zone, there's a blue and a red. So this is just the color, and they have been divided into 3 dimensions. So we are just going to understand how the 3 dimensions are happening. Okay, so as we are all sitting or standing, whatever way we are comfortable, we can just try to move ourselves. Okay, so just try to move ourselves. Like if I'm sitting, I'm just trying to move in what all 3 directions I can move. So if I'm moving side to side, so this is the side to side movement, and this dimension is called as the laterality dimension. And most of the exercises which we are doing, like we did the cross crawl in the pace, are the midline movement exercises, they are called, because they are connecting the right and the left hemispheres of our brain. This brain dimension is helping us for thinking, basically, communication. So the most of the connections which we made, which our brain makes for thinking, for communication, is side to side, the right and the left. The next dimension is the centering dimension, which is the up and the down. Okay, so we go up and we go down. So this is the movement which we do when we are going up and we are going down. So what muscles are we using are the core muscles, the muscles which are navel, from the navel, the core of the gut. So this dimension is called as the centering dimension, up and down movement, and this is connected with the feeling part. So we do the energy exercises like we did brain buttons. So brain buttons is one of the energy exercises. We had a sip of water. Water is one of the energy exercises. The third dimension is the focus dimension. So focus dimension is connecting the front and the back of the brain. So how we are going? Back and front, back and front. So this is the way we move, and this is helping us to focus, to understand our attention, our sensory awareness. And the activities we do in this portion is called as the lengthening activities. Okay. So before I just do a quick recap of all the 4 brain gym exercises, Anu, how much time we have? If you can just let me know.
Actually, we've crossed the time, but we can take another 10 minutes.
Okay, so
Maximum,
I'll just quickly
recap,
and then we'll have the questions.
27 already, and we have to
just 5 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly recap for you on the slide so that you understand the 4 exercises. And this can be done at any time of the day. It is not necessary to do them in a sequence. You can just pick up one exercise and do it. So, so brain gym, the first what we did was E, which is sipping water. So it is about, so notice your energy levels before sipping the water. Very important is the noticing skill which we develop when we undergo the brain gym exercises. So slip slowly and roll around your mouth, feeling going inside and increasing the midline awareness. So sometimes if we have in a place where we don't have water, we can also just, swallow our saliva. It is acting the same. If we do this act and we just, virtually visualize that we are just sipping in water, it has the same effect. The next is the brain buttons. So before going for this, we can just visually feel that are we feeling clear? Are we visually or mentally clear? Or there are a lot many thoughts. Also, another way is to notice that if we just swing our arms, while we are sitting, we just swing our arms and just for a second or two, we just do brain buttons. We all remember how to do brain buttons, one hand on the navel and 2 fingers and thumb sliding on the points and moving our eyes left to right to left. And we just swing our arms again. So we see there's a small, the movement becomes very smooth. Something which was little heavy, like I felt this. So something if I feel little heaviness here and just move it. So you see how we are just with a tap at this or, rubbing these points, we can just do quick recovery to clear our thoughts. Also, if you're doing for very small kids, we can just place our hand on the child's and do this for the child. It is equally beneficial. If you're doing for a very small child who cannot understand and do on his or her own way. The next is the cross crawl. So if we can just notice before we are doing it, when you practice, so you just walk across the room back and forth and notice how your arms and legs are coordinated. So this movement is basically when we walk, if people who go for a walk, or because nowadays we are not able to go for a walk, I would suggest that just walk a few steps in your house and just do the cross crawls, standing, sitting or lying down position with the eye movements and just feel that difference. You feel much more coordinated, you feel much more integrated. And then there are variations which we can do for kids, like, if you want a child to pick up, so we can pick up we can put a red sticker or a yellow sticker and the child really loves it. So there are a lot of variations we can do for kids to make it more interesting. Last not the least, hookups. Something very special I want to share for hookups is when me and my daughter get into a phase like this, Nutan's sons were explaining that mom or dad is going to hear the cases, mom is only sometimes going to a high pitch. So the moment I go into that pitch, and now my daughter Samara is so much expert say in hookups that she would just come and tell me, you better get into this position, okay? And she also gets into this position and she says, let's understand, give it a pause, and then we both talk after we are done the hookups. So what the first part is doing is, it is getting the attention, the blood flow from the body extremities to the midline and core. And the second part is connecting the left and the right brain. So very important is that when we are in stress, what happens is the brain perceives it as threat, and it is actually making us, the blood flow goes towards the brain stem because that is our survival. Okay, so the moment it goes to the brain stem, we perceive it as a threat situation. So very important for us, we stop thinking. We all know when we are in stress, we can't think. We are not doing logical reasoning and thinking. And at that time, very important, if you're doing this exercise, so any time of conflict, any anger or panic attack when you get, if you're doing this exercise, it is beautifully, you're going to experience wonderful results. And the last, thank you so much. I rest here and I hope everybody has got the hang of this and enjoy doing PACE. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And we will take questions after the third session. So
Sure.
I'm breaking down the recording here.